Hello, welcome to the Invest in Value channel. I am Victor, and in this video, I'm going to cover United. They just did their earnings, or they released their earnings this afternoon, and they'll be doing their earnings call tomorrow morning. It's very timely to review this company that I've invested in and have done a lot of analysis on. Before I jump into that analysis, do me a big favor and like my video. Consider subscribing to my channel and click that bell if you want to be notified when I release a new video. I like to review companies and scorecard them. And there's three elements to my scorecard. First, I want to know that I'm getting a discount on this particular investment. Second, I want to know that the company is operated and performing well. And last, is it the right time to buy? And I'll go into that in a little bit. Now, let me tell you more about United. I don't think I need to explain much about United. I think we've all taken an airplane ride, and many of us have taken hundreds over our lifetime. And as you could imagine, this industry went through a lot. COVID really threw the airlines a big curveball, and it's been a really tough road for these airlines. But they really have recovered well. They're operating really well here in 2022. They had a good 2021. But I think the best is in the future for United, as well as the other airlines. I picked United out of the pack. I thought they were the best airline to invest in. And I tried to time my investment at the right time so that I could buy them at the best discount and see my stock price or my investment in United go up. Now, let me tell you more about United. They just did their earnings release, and they have a very optimistic guidance for the remainder of 2022. They just finished their first quarter, and the stock has popped 8%, which is nice to see. But over the last 5 years, you could see that United was just humming along, trading between 60 and maybe close to $100 a share. And then COVID hit. Holy smokes. And about 70 to 75% of the value of the company evaporated. And that's really where, I didn't have the courage to buy way back here. I began to buy into United probably around this time frame here, and would buy on dips, and more recently bought more shares. I was fortunate to catch this dip here. So if you bought into United at the right times, it traded sideways. I think I'm up 3% on the stock. That's before this 8% bump. We'll see if it lasts tomorrow. But it really has been a stock that shows that I'm a believer that you've got to buy at the right time. Obviously, this pandemic really set the company back. But if you pick the strong competitors in an industry, as they recover, the stronger competitors are going to outperform the rest of them and stand to make a lot of money. United is really doing that now. They're really operating profitably. They're growing. They have more demand than they have capacity. All the right things are in place for them. Looking at the 1 year chart, it's a little bit of a down slope, over the last year. And you can see this big dip that we saw in March, which really tested my confidence in the stock. But I'm glad I bought, because it's really been, the shares that I bought around here have gone up, about 60, 70% in just a very short time, in about a month's time. And I tried to buy, in dips, and I used the volatility, in my favor. I'm very bullish on United. I believe in them. I think they're going to do really well for the next 5 years. And I'd like to show you the fundamentals behind the company. Now, what is United worth? I'd like to value the company and show you my intrinsic value calculator. And what it basically is doing is it's calculating the net present value of future cash flows over the next 20 years. A couple of variables in that calculation. I'm using 9% discount rate. It's a little bit high. This is a trusted brand. This is a good company, but United has been just taken through the ringer last 2 years. I'm going with a higher discount rate. They haven't really, if you look at the last 5 years, they're pretty much flat to where they were like 5 years ago. So they're pretty much zero revenue growth, but year to year, they just have grown so fast from compared to if you go Q1 2022 compared to Q1 2021, just extreme growth. But I'm not basing my evaluation on that. I'm expecting that, you know what, with all the demand for travel and the pent up, desire to get out and travel, they're going to grow in the next 3 years by 10%. And that would include growth in year 2, year 3 at 10%, and then a nice conservative 3% into the future. Using those very conservative growth factors, I came up and their last year's free cash flow is $2.3 billion. This year alone, Q1, they already did $1 billion of free cash flow just in Q1. So they're more than on track to do more than 2.3 billion in 2022. But I'm using that number as the starting point. From that number will grow based on these particular growth rates. And looking at that, I get a net present value of cash flows of $30 billion. The market cap of United right now is $15 billion. So there's a significant discount on this stock. We take the number of shares outstanding, and we could say that the value per share that I believe United is worth is more like $92 per share, where they were trading before COVID. But the stock price is trading at $45 a share. So there's a $47 delta on the stock price, or 105% discount. So there is some good upside in United as a very nice value play with great upside on one of the best run airline companies. In 2021 and part of 2022, the performance of United has been excellent. Just my hats off to the employees. They've been through a lot, and they've gotten the airline back on track, back in a profitable path. And if you can believe it, if you compare Q1 of 21 compared to Q1 of 22, they grew 134%. And that's phenomenal. And again, they're selling tickets at higher prices. They have more demand than they can fill currently. So they're in a good place after having been in a horrible place, which was COVID. They generated over $1 billion of free cash flow. Their market cap is $15 billion, and they generated $1 billion of free cash flow. That's phenomenal in one quarter. If you annualize that, that could be upwards of $4 billion in 1 year. And again, market cap $15 billion. So that ratio is just great. In 2022, the guidance they're providing is they're very confident that they're going to have a profitable 2022 and a very profitable back half of 2022. They also expect the demand and the very good conditions for them to persist into 2023. So we should have a very good 2-year run in United. They were able to lower their debt this past quarter by $700 million, which is good to see. My outlook is people want to get out and travel. I certainly do. I don't think I'm alone. People want to fly to places. It's been 2 years of limited travel, and people want to do it. Therefore, United Airlines is going to grow and profit and flourish. This stock has very good upside if you're willing to buy into this airline. Let's see how United scores on this little scorecard that I have. First, am I getting a discount on this investment? Absolutely, a great discount. And you can even pick, down days and dips to get even a better price. The company is operated very well. And again, my hat's off to all the employees at United. Way to get your airline back on track. And last, is it the right time to buy? Absolutely. Everything's pointing up for United. The share price is up more than 8% in after hours after they had an earnings release. So everything's pointed in the right direction for this company. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't recommend you buy United or any stock or security. I like to share my experience. In this case, I'm an investor in United, and I hope you found it interesting. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please do me a favor and like my video. Consider subscribing to my channel and hit that bell if you want to be notified when I record another video. With that, let me wish you the best of success in investing in 2022.